Whenever you're ready, Reedy.
I'm sure that by now, a lot of you have seen this viral video by Prince EA where he talks about global climate change and pollution. He talks about how sorry we should be because we're polluting the environment and how sorry he is for the future generations. But you know what? I'm done being sorry. As of right now, we have every single piece of technology to solve this problem, every single facility, but still, people don't know the depth of this situation. This picture, insanely, has been taken before COVID. You heard that right, pre-COVID, and people are wearing masks. In places like this specifically in Delhi, just walking around for a day is equivalent to smoking around 2 packs of cigarettes. So it's essential that we have to solve this problem in a way where everyone can help, and in turn, every single person benefits. This is why I'm trying to introduce Green Thread, a way where clothes can actually photosynthesize. You heard that right, these clothes can breathe, and for around the same price as any other piece of clothing. Now, these little guys are the key to our solution. Cyanobacteria, specifically cyanocystic bacteria, and they have incredible properties. First off, they start by taking in insane amounts of carbon dioxide, 83% of their body mass to be exact, and they can photosynthesize it out. And they can also self-sustain. Just like most of us here, these bacteria have an enormous sweet tooth. Well, not exactly, but the way is they produce oxygen and they also produce glucose, in which they eat, and they can then keep performing their normal actions. Let's get into the composition. As you can see on the screen, there are 3 main layers that make up our green thread fabrics. I'm going to quickly go over why we chose them and the importance of each one. First off is cellulose fiber. Other than the fact that it's extremely resistant to wear and tear and waterproof, cellulose fiber has an interesting property in which it can actually capture and withhold carbon. Though this doesn't have any harm to the human that's wearing this fabric, this carbon dioxide can be passed into other layers. The second layer is cellulose fiber with intertwined cyanobacteria, where the magic truly happens. In a process called electrospinning, these cyanobacteria are actually able to be kept alive inside this fabric. Let's consider this burrito real quick. The tortilla shell around the burrito acts as the cellulose fiber, whereas the filling acts as the bacteria. This cellulose fiber wraps completely around the bacteria, making sure that it's enclosed, but still able to produce all of its natural functions such as reproduce and, of course, photosynthesize. So the bacteria will stay right in that thread. And last but not least, we have our rayon fabric. Other than the fact that this fabric is extremely soft, because of course we want everyone that's wearing our clothes to have the best experience, it's also antibacterial, further lowering the risk of any cross-contamination or anything of that sort. Now, trust me, this is entirely possible. We are making it real. For the entirety of this project, my team and I have been reaching out to countless experts in fields such as carbon capture to microbiology, and we even found some cyanobacteria experts. And we are just so close to locating an actual lab in which we can make this real. So now it's my turn to pass it on to you guys. Join Green Thread, where fashion meets photosynthesis.
Just the way you've captured all of our attention. So one is that we know one potential place that this could be done in Toronto, so let me talk to you after that.
Thank you so much.
Second is, how much does all of this cost? So like, obviously you're solving a very critical problem, and it is just a passive solution. Everyone wears clothes, like mostly, and like this could be something that could be implemented at scale, but how much would it cost to do this? Like, and would that net out the benefit?
Yes, actually that was one of the main things my team and I were focused on, because of course, like you mentioned, everyone wears clothes and we want everyone to be a part of this impact. So when we actually balance it out, the cost of these clothes come out to no more than around $5, maybe $10 more than a normal piece of clothing. So around $30, $35 for a shirt. And this is only because we're not, of course, mass purchasing these products. If we were to mass produce and mass purchase, the cost will go down to around $25, so not more than an average shirt.
And how do you incentivize, I don't know, would you healthcare, right? There's clothes that have sensors that can actually measure ECG and various other core biomarkers that are required for health conditions. But it hasn't reached mass market for various reasons. So how do you get this into the hands of millions and millions of people? That's
Yes, got it. Thank you. So as of right now, we're actually looking towards making this product more upscale and also promoting it towards other fashion brands. So I know H&M does have their annual eco-friendly line. So joining partnerships with already well-known companies is sure to make sure that people are actually able to buy these clothes. Again, we want to focus on affordability as well. So it's not more let me be eco-friendly. It's kind of just I like this shirt, and also it comes with the benefit of having this ability. So why don't I just do 2 in 1? Yeah.
Yeah, amazing presentation and amazing idea. I just want to mention I think you're going in an interesting track. I would also advise you to seek out fashion brands, even if they are on the high price point spectrum, because usually those are the trendsetters, and this is one of those products that I wouldn't mind being a trend that will then catch on into other. I still have a question though. Will there be any byproduct of the photosynthesis? And if there is, what would you do with it?
There actually isn't any byproduct. The carbon is actually captured in the shirt, and then it just, I believe, disintegrates into the shirt itself, and it again doesn't cause any harm to the human. We did extensive research on that and made sure that the bacteria, they're able to produce oxygen, which can then escape from the layers, and also glucose, which then they produce, eat, and they can self-sustain from that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is very impressive. I really like the idea of bringing everyone together as part of the solution. I have 2 questions. One on the similar line, say, bacteria will grow and multiply.
Yes.
And so how do you deal with that?
So, when we were doing this project, we did such immense research on different types of cyanobacteria, and there are many, many branches. So the specific strand, cyanidrocystic bacteria, what they do is they have a very slow reproduction rate, meaning when, let's say we have 2 bacteria, when they reproduce to 4, 2 also die out. So it kind of balances, and it makes sure that there's no risk to the human, and there's no risk of like overpopulation of the bacteria. Yeah.
And the second question is, one of a big challenge attached to like fashion is also landfill. And so what is the sustainability of this material? And specifically, you mentioned the rayon layer. So are there any other materials which can replace the rayon layer?
We did do research into both cellulose fiber and the rayon layer, and we did see that they are 100% biodegradable. Cellulose fiber from any normal base made cellulose fiber, and rayon is actually a specific material we found to be made out of wood pulp. So again, both of those layers are 100% biodegradable, making the clothing as sustainable as possible.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank
A
you.
follow-up question. How resistant is the bacteria to heat and water and whatever chemicals we use to wash the clothes?
As of right now, the main information we did get was from experts in the field as well as research papers, but we were advised that these bacteria are a perfect fit for very humid conditions, as we were trying to implement this in very highly polluted areas such as India and African regions. Of course, there will be heat, so we have found these bacteria to be resistant against the heat, but we were advised that we would actually have to go into the lab and actually test out the electrospinning process and other processes to fully authenticate that.
Thank you.
Sorry, one last follow-up
Yes.
question to that is what's the shelf life of a t-shirt that is made out of this?
As of right now, we found the shelf life to be around 7 years, and this is just based on the sustainability and durability of the materials. But we're definitely trying to make improvements and just better our product with more research and experimentation.